Ja, hallo und willkommen zurück bei Nachtmahlstraum mit Vampyr. Weiter geht's mit den NPCs im Limehouse Dogs. Viel Spaß! Ich werde mich jetzt nicht viel reden können in dem Part, weil die NPCs haben aber Sinn.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Wenigstens ein paar Informationen bekommen.
I should have offered a drink to the boy.
I hope I live long enough.
Ihr seid alle gesund? Gut.
Lost orphan.
Jetzt du?
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Excuse my curiosity, but Where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
So, haben wir die auch gleich durch?
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir.
Ja, ja. Das habe ich schon ein paar Mal gehört. So, ist ja noch jemand im Haus? Na, aktuell nicht. Ist nur er hier. Dem haben wir schon gequakt. Da oben sitzen 1, 2. Er holt sich, mit dem haben wir ja schon geredet. Ist natürlich jetzt die Frage, wie komme ich zu den anderen? Ja, da kann man jemanden beobachten. Die Taten des Bürgers. Ich kann ja nichts beobachten. Jetzt mal ohne Witz. Hier sitzt mal so. Wirklich beobachten kann man hier aber nichts. Oder meinen Sie was anderes? Na gut, die bewegt sich zumindest. Komm. Er wird angezeigt hier, ne? Lauschen, untersuche die Taten des Bürgers. Aber es geht halt nicht. Stehe ich auch zu nah dran. Ich stehe eigentlich ziemlich gut im Schatten, aber... So watschelt nicht hierher. Verstehe ich nicht, warum das nicht geht. Würde mich mal interessieren, was man da machen kann. Und warum es jetzt gerade überhaupt nicht geht.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in?
Geht doch.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry.
It's locked.
Jetzt mache ich erstmal die Bude leer. Ah, da war noch was.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
Da war noch was Blinkendes. So, jetzt können wir uns mal unterhalten, junge Dame. Alte Ziege.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
I'm convinced you raised Seymour the best you could. You're not responsible for what he became.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Mrs. Fishburne,
I am fine for now, Lee.
goodbye, Miss Fishburne.
Gut, die ist
Take
fit.
care of yourself.
Jetzt untersuche ich mal nochmal zu untersuchen. Ich weiß nicht, ob es jetzt geht. Ich habe niemals verstanden, warum es überhaupt nicht ging. Jetzt finden wir erstmal nochmal die Stelle. Ich verstehe das nicht. Warum? Kann ich hier nichts machen. Hier steht man und versucht zu beobachten. Wie läuft er nur in der Küche rum? Also untersuche die Taten des Bürgers. Leck mich doch. Ja. Hat bestimmt noch was damit zu tun mit der ganzen Scheiße hier. Warum ihr Sohn so ist, wie er ist. So, suchen wir halt weiter. Unbekannt.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Erstmal
Do you
gucken, ob
need
er
help?
krank ist.
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
Blutarmutbrauer. Hab ich natürlich nicht.
I'll see you. What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
What do you do?
I listen.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough.
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
This city has abandoned so many of its children. It's tragic.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Gut, das muss leider reichen.
So long, Rufus.
Aber warte mal, der hat ja noch jetzt
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr.
was bekommen. Ne. Gut.
So long.
Fehlen mir noch einige. Blutarmut. Simon. Der Mörder. Der Rufus braucht was gegen Blutarmut, war ja eben im Dialog gut zu hören. Streife ich hier durch die Stadt und suche NPCs. Diesen. Ah, da vorne sind noch zwei neue.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this garden.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Do you need medical help, sir?
I feel fine, Dr. Reed.
Jetzt direkt freundlich. Ja, mir geht's gut.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Aus dem kriege ich wohl nicht mehr raus gerade.
Goodbye.
So, ist die Tussi noch in der Nähe? Ach, sie sucht auch im Müll.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Can I offer you my
gucken,
medical
ob du krank
help,
bist.
Miss Cox?
I'm fine, thank you.
Sehr schön. Dann quatsch mal.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
You never paid him a visit at the Pembroke Hospital, did you?
And I don't intend to. In Clay's case, I'm not against a medical mistake or a little help from the Spanish flu.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I'm not that easily shocked, Miss Cox. You can speak freely about your lover if you so wish.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard. But he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Can I see what you have to say?
Dann noch ein bisschen
As long as
handeln.
you have
Gucken,
money,
was er so hat.
I'll show you all I have.
Viel Geld habe ich nicht. Das könnte ich gebrauchen. Für mein Messerchen aufzuwerten. Hey, wo ist denn der Typ hier? Mit dem wollte ich mich nochmal unterhalten. Das ist nur eine Ratte.
I can't believe I'm doing
Was
this.
die wohl machen, wenn die mich mal dabei erwischen, wenn ich so eine Ratte aussauge? Hier fehlen mir noch 3 NPCs und davon sind noch... Ja. Oh, der ist richtig im Arsch, ne? 4 NPCs fehlen mir noch. Ich habe doch mit dir gerade geredet, oder? Ah, ne, das ist die. Stella Fishburne. Gut. Suchen wir mal weiter. Das ist wieder der Seymour. Ich könnte aber mal, als da hochgehen, noch ein Mittel gegen Blutarmut herstellen. Dann kann ich dem schon mal was verabreichen. Ah, das wirft mich wieder einen Schritt zurück. Die restlichen NPCs zu finden, ist gar nicht so einfach. Ah, hier hat man die Boote untersucht, stimmt. Aber wo finde ich hier noch Leute? Ja, das kann ich ja immer noch nicht machen, wahrscheinlich. Aber ich probiere es gern wieder. Ich verstehe das nicht. Die läuft da rum. Hin und her. Ich kann hier aber nichts tun. Ich kann ihre Tat nicht untersuchen. Und mal kommt dann nämlich so ein Augensymbol. Ah. Da geht's mit der Hauptmission weiter. Das machen wir ein anderes Mal. Wir werfen einfach Geld hier hin. Da unten ist eine Blutspur. Ah, da war ich schon mal. Hier ist nur mal außen rum gerannt. Gehen wir noch zu dem Jungen, drücken dem was gegen Blutarmut in den Hals.
Evening.
Evening, Miss.
Do you need help?
A real doctor.
A real...
I don't know what.
So
Bitteschön.
long.
War kein Problem, machen wir gern. Das stört mich voll. Ich kann die Untersuchung hier nicht machen. Selbst wenn ich richtig stehe. Ich kann nichts tun. Ich kann da angucken, wie sie das Fenster putzt, ja. Das ist doch blöd gemacht. Ich verstehe es nicht. Naja, jedenfalls machen wir im nächsten Part erstmal ein bisschen mit der Mission weiter. Ich finde ja eh gerade keine NPCs mehr. Und da ich gerade zufällig den Weg gefunden habe, wie es weitergeht. Bin natürlich jetzt gerade voll falsch gerannt. Da oben geht's weiter. Vielleicht kann ich dann nachher, wenn ich wieder da bin, am Rückweg etwas tun. Ich danke euch fürs Zuschauen. Im nächsten Part geht's darüber. Ich danke euch. Macht's gut. Bye.